Hello everyone. Welcome to another Kitchen Witch magical episode. I haven't done a Kitchen Witch episode in a while, so I'm very excited to do this one because this is one of my favorites in the kitchen. If you haven't seen the description, we are going to be talking about chocolate. Now, I make chocolate a little differently. I use cacao instead of cocoa. So we are going to be talking about the different plants in this recipe, both their magical and their health benefits. Okay, so first up, we have cacao. And I will put just a heads up, there will be um, some videos posted throughout the week where I will be talking about each individual plant and their planetary. They're just a more detailed of their magical properties. But for the time being, we're just going to give you, I'm going to give you a general, okay? So, first off, cacao. Cacao is a wonderful plant that I use to invite happiness. It's good for invoking happiness. It's also really good if you work with the fairies. They love anything that's chocolatey or sweet. Not all of them do, but the ones that I work with, they seem to love my chocolate. So I always make sure I leave a little for them. Now, cacao is a plant that is very healing. Like I said, it brings in happiness. It helps bring in love and promote love and happiness. And just overall, it's a very positive plant. Now, on the health side, this is coming from personal experience with me working with the cacao plant spirit and it in the powdered form. Um, I've seen it help me with my depression, my anxiety, lower my stress, helping me be more happy and produce that oxytocin hormone. And I believe it's the serotonin that makes you happy. And it is proven to be an antidepressant by science, as well as have lots of antioxidants and other nutrients. So that's a little general for that. Next up in this recipe, which will have flax, chai, and hemp, and this is by Badai Whole Trinity Health Seeds. Flax, chai, and hemp seeds are in this combination. Now remember, I do want to make a note here that none of the products I'm showing you today are sponsored by this video. I would totally love to sponsor Better Food. If you're watching this, Better Foods, I totally love to sponsor you, because your products are really awesome and they have helped me on my journey, not just in my witchcraft, but also in my health, my mental health and emotional, physical health. So now the I have not really worked magically with chai or flax. However, I do know that flax is one of the grains you can use to, like barley and wheat, to be an offering to Demeter, the goddess of agriculture. Chai, I don't really know too much about, so I can't really give you so much as far as the magical benefits. But hemp, I do know um, that I've used hemp in magical craftings when it comes to hemp wick. I've actually used it for braided. I actually braided 3 wicks and did a fire of a life, like a fire of life energy working spell, where it was basically invoking the fire to bring forth my desire, and the hemp represented life energy. I can only say, as far as the health benefits, though, for these, is overall they help you with um, promoting serotonin. It's said to hemp is said to be really good for achy bones, said to help with Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's. Now, this is just a general health guide. I'll do a little bit in depth of research and on these three different herbs, plant spirits, because I do want to work with them better. But overall, they got really good health benefits for promoting serotonin, dopamine, and um, oxytocin. So um, that's what it was said to be used for. If I had to take a gander as far as the magical properties, if I'm looking at the energy and feeling the magicalness of it, I would say life, growth. The word growth keeps popping into my head, and to bloom into who you are. But that's not like a definitive. I don't have worked much with them. Now the last ingredient, which I will be adding last, is almonds. Almonds are good for wisdom, beauty. It is also good at helping you take a hard look in the mirror. I've actually used this where I've sat in front of the mirror and chewed almonds and was really doing some very deep, intense shadow work. So I don't know if it was me chewing the almonds or it was just me being super unfocused, but I asked the plant spirit about it, and he was explaining, this plant spirit was explaining to me, I don't want to say he or she because there really is no gender differentiation. It was explaining to me that it helps you see the beauty and the wisdom of the darkness, to not be afraid of it, to accept it as it is, that it's part of the nature and the balance of nature. So, because some plants need shade while others need sunlight, So, anyway, so I do know that it is one of the plants mentioned in the Bible when it comes to Solomon magic and I think it was his name was Aaron the priest. No, yeah, Aaron. I think it was like a priest that was connected to God and the Christian God, and it is believed that to be used for purification too as well. I do want to grow some almonds eventually because I do want to use the flowers in a purificational bath. It'll be interesting to see that energy come out. See how that works out. So, for me, I'm gonna be using this for the almonds for beauty, for wisdom, and for purity. Those are the three. Now there are other references. There are other magical references to the to this to these plants. I always encourage you to do your own research and speak your truth. So if you guys know about the magical properties, so to speak, of chai and flax and hemp, please give me a link to review that information. I'm always open to new knowledge and information. But overall, this is my chocolate recipe as far as the ingredients go. But what I did was I've made a whole lot of chocolate. So I'm going to be having to put them into molds, and I'm really excited about that because, I personally, I'm just really excited about it. I've never had this sort of recipe done. I modified it from my original because I wanted to have my body. I wanted my body to create more dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, which oxytocin is supposed to be the love hormone, whereas Dopamine helps with something about the neurotransmitters. I didn't get anywhere with anything with endorphins. I actually forgot to look that up, but serotonin as well. And because I really wanted my body to promote happiness and love and to be positive. I noticed that if I eat the right foods, I am able to keep myself in a high vibrational state. Now, eventually, if I eat these foods over a period of time, my body will naturally start to produce those hormones without. I mean, I'll still be eating healthy, but it's like how I view it, how I think it's gonna happen is like my body's eating this food, right? It's creating these endorphins to dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, which are hormones for again love and happiness and just overall positive. And helping and overall these help with stress, anxiety. So it's like it's really helping me keep myself in a positive. Now I'm using the big bricks because what I do is I take a bite of these bricks and I then put it back in the fridge. So it lasts me about a good because one bite of these huge little flour bricks, they have like a flour pattern at the bottom, lasts me about a week. Like one bite can last me a pretty long for like can keep me up there for like really well. And I always take some more when I'm feeling like my body needs the extra assistance. So I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited about this recipe. Now, in order to, you will also need butter. I chose Earth Balance, soy free, non GMO. It says non GMO, vegan, or it's called Earth Balance, powered by plants. Um, It says endless source of ALA omega 3, which I remember reading that was also beneficial for serotonin, um, oxytocin, dopamine hormones, holding those hormones. So I kind of didn't want to take supplements with this, but I also didn't want to have to take any like pharma pills because I don't support pharma. I don't believe in pharma because I've seen how like with these pills, say they treat your kidney with these medication, but then your kidney's fixed but your liver's shot. So it's like I personally don't support big pharma. I try to be as all natural as I can. Because in my experience, Big Pharma really hasn't helped me as far as the pills go. I've built an immunity, so to speak, to them, and so I don't use Big Pharma. I use all natural remedies. So, but I will do more research on these herbs and spices. Not herbs and spices, just herbs and the cacao powder to the almonds. Now, butter, even though it's not talked about, I do want to talk about it because butter I've always used in my magical kitchen witchery. If say I'm trying to smooth something over, like to smooth, say if I had an argument the night before with a friend, right? And I want to make up, right? I want to just smooth things over, start fresh. What I would do is, and this is a recipe you can try as well, is I take oranges and I make a bread with the oranges, right? Or I make I put the orange juice from either freshly squeezed or, say if I have just the actual orange juice, I do use that with my cornbread and I use that as the flavoring. And I, of course, the liquid, I make sure there's enough flour and stuff and flour and cornmeal for it to like stay bread, and then I add my eggs and stuff. But I use the butter when I make the bread. Bread's done. Say the bread's done, right? Of course, I add like strawberries for us to have a successful friendship. To maybe some um, blueberries for beauty and love, and the fairies' assistance with the spell work. But overall, after the bread is done, I put a spread. I butter the top of the bread with a smooth, and I say I'm smoothing over, or I say if it was an argument or whatnot, I'm smoothing it over. Let's be friends. Let's make up and be together again. Something like that. And that's what I do, and it always works for me. Now, it could work, but it also could not, because to each their own. Everyone has a different energy, like we all have our own techniques and ways of kitchen witchery. So it's like it's not all set in stone. Everyone has their own unique style. It's really awesome and great. Um, I'm gonna eat one of these because they look delicious. Though my mouth is very dry, so I should probably get something to drink. But I'm super excited about these chocolates. I'm very, 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 very excited about these chocolates. Well, the problem is how the hell am I gonna get it into the fridge? Um, so I will let you guys go. I just wanted to quickly talk about the recipe, the plants, and to give you a general all magical health benefits. Before I go, thank you for reminding me, my spirit guides. Um, how you would use chocolate in your craft. Overall, chocolate, I make it from cacao. Some people make it from cocoa. So, the main ingredients is your cacao or your cocoa, your butter, and you need a sweetener. And that reminds me. The other two ingredients that were I used as my sweetener for this recipe was agave nectar and honey. So, honey and agave nectar, they both really sweeten things up. They make things sweet. They attract bees and butterflies, nectar, hummingbirds, but butterflies, whereas the honey is made by bees, right? Well, honey is a lovely ingredient that you can use for prosperity magic, wealth, as well as attraction. And agave nectar, because nectar is used uh, with hummingbirds and butterflies. Hummingbirds are very fast, and they go from one plant to the other, drinking the nectar. So you could say that the nectar, in my case, I always believe that the nectar channels. I always put the intention that I'm channeling the butterfly and the hummingbird, because I want the spell to fly fast, to come to me fast, like the wings of Hermes, fast, right? But I also want it to transform and to change me from the inside out, because I'll be eating it. So the saying, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. Whatever you put in your body has a reaction, cause and effect to your body. So it'll either lower different hormones or increase certain hormones, or do this to your body, or affect your lungs, or heal your pancreas. So it has a lot of variation. So the nectar I use a lot for more transformation and for speed to help the spell happen, right? Whereas the honey I use for making. Hold on. I am so sorry about that, guys. My throat just had the almond stuck in my throat. I'm gonna drink some water like in a minute. Um, so as I was saying, um, what was the thing? I was talking about what was it? Oh, the honey. So I use the honey for more prosperity, success, which is success, right? So I use it more if I'm doing a spell that requires, like this chocolate is a spell for happiness and self love, as well as helping my body heal itself by creating these hormones, right? I would use the honey to help my spell be very successful. Now, this honey also had, it's a honey that's made with a honey cream made with elderberry extract. I'll actually show it to you because it's really good. It's called Premium Cream Honey, and the flavor is elderberry. It is local produce made by Bradfield Honey, and it says 405 Allen Road, Bismarck, Arkansas, 71929, and then they got their phone number, which is 501-802-2218. Now, I am not sponsored by Bradfield Honey, but because I love their honey so much, I wanted you to know where they're located and their phone number. So in case you are interested in a locally made by a local, locally produced by a local farm, and you live in Arkansas like I do, I totally would love to know where you guys are from the world. But this is really good honey. Now, elderberry is good for protecting. I use it a lot for protecting my energy, but it's also elderberry is used as a cold and flu medicine. Um, but I want to also point this out. You can use elderberries or the flowers for blessing the home. So if you made an elderberry candle, that's beautiful right there. Just thinking about that elderberry candle, and if I added that cinnamon and that ginger to really amp up that blessing, oh my God, it'd be so. And then etching it, be so beautiful, so beautiful. Sorry, excuse me. I just can see it now. Like, oh my God, I got another candle idea that I'm gonna do. But overall, I use it for more, which is protection, which is blessing. So I really should probably offer those candles because I make them for myself. But I should probably offer them to you guys as well in the future. Because that's all it is just elderberry. But I'm thinking now that I think about it, I should add cinnamon and I should add ginger because it really ramps up and amplifies the spell, and maybe some dragon's blood to really pow. Oh my God, I'm super excited. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try this candle recipe and we'll see what happens. Overall, I'm super excited for these whatchamacallits to form and to solidify. I will see you guys later. I will be making an in-depth video about each and every ingredient that I've mentioned, from agave nectar to honey to elderberry, cacao, almonds, the flax, chai, to hemp, and I don't think there's anyone that talks about butter, but I will talk about butter if that's something you'd want me to talk about, magical benefits and properties. Overall, I just want you guys to know that you're beautiful, powerful souls. You're awesome, you're amazing, you're beautiful, and you're powerful shamans, warriors, healers. You're all that in a bag of chips. Kisses, hugs and loves to all of you beautiful souls. Until next time, magical blessings.